So a while ago, there was a rumor going around that French Bread, the creators and developers of series like Melty Blood and Under Night and Birth, were making a JoJo game for the Switch, and that was pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was something that I saw and I was like, alright, if this is true, that'll be awesome. If not, oh well, that sucks. But it did sound like it was a pretty good idea, and they got a lot of people's hopes up and a lot of people were excited. And surely enough, you know, all good things come to an end. It wasn't true at all. It was just some fake rumor leak thing that kind of just got put out there for the hell of it. And it was pretty upsetting that it wasn't actually happening, because French Bread make good games. Melty Blood is fun, it's good, and Under Night and Birth is fun and good. So if they would have made a JoJo game, it would have been kick-ass. So that brings us to the topic of, what if Arcsys made a JoJo fighting game? And for those of you that don't know, Arcsys is the guys that make Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, and those games are both pretty damn good. They're fun, they're exciting, I like them. Not really Blaze Blue, I'm actually not a huge fan of that. I don't know why I just said that, but I don't fuck with that game. But Guilty Gear, on the other hand, Guilty Gear is cool. And they made Dragon Ball FighterZ also, and that's new, and that's also a reason why this has kind of become a thing. You know, since they made Dragon Ball FighterZ and they took Dragon Ball Z and made it into this really cool, fun tag game, a lot of people want Arc System to make more games with other anime. Stuff like this always happens whenever, you know, any studio makes a really good game. People always go, hey, what if this same studio made something else? People were doing it back with Platinum and Square when Nier Automata came out, and they were like, oh, what if Yoko Taro made this? What if he did that? What if he did this? What if he did that? And there's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting things, but I think sometimes, you know, it gets a little too far, I guess, in my opinion. And, you know, sometimes it's a bit of a stretch, or it's just like, you know, it goes a little too far from the whole point of something, and that's when I kind of just, you know, don't agree with it and don't like it. But I think there's actual interesting discussion here if JoJo were to be handled by Arc System Works. But for this game, we'll be going with the Dragon Ball FighterZ / Marvel vs. Capcom tag formula to kind of spice things up, and I think it would be a little more interesting, and I'll just give you guys my input on that. Alright, so you guys know about JoJo Heritage for the Future. That's the very old 90s Capcom game that they made for JoJo's. Super good. Imagine something like that, right? With that similar playstyle, but you have two characters on a team, so you have a duo, and you get to pretty much just pick from a select group of characters. Let's say we were to take the roster from All-Star Battle. I'm using All-Star Battle as an example because it's got a little bit of characters from everything, primarily from 3, which is probably what would also happen here since Stardust Crusaders is kind of the poster child for JoJo. There's also tons of other characters that are in the series, so they could include some of those, and that's kind of the first thing that I want to talk about is the actual roster. So since Arcsys takes so much time creating their characters to all be unique and have their own different gameplay mechanics and playstyles for them, there would probably be a roster of, let's say, 18 to 24 characters at start. And this smaller roster works since it's playing within a pair of 2 characters, and aside from playing within a pair of 2 characters, you know, when you have a smaller roster at the start, you're able to flesh out things more and then slowly pump out more characters that are also, you know, fleshed out, and they work and they do whatever they got to do to make these characters function. Because unless if you've been developing the game for like a super long time behind everyone's backs and never said anything about it until recently, it's going to take a long time to create a bunch of characters for a fighting game like this, unless you're just creating a bunch of clone characters, or it's something like Naruto Storm, or, you know, JoJo Eyes of Heaven, where all the characters pretty much function the same with just different animations and different specials. And I know it sounds kind of weird when I say that they all function the same, because you might think, oh, well, you can play, you know, there's like always universal combos and stuff in fighting games like Marvel or Dragon Ball FighterZ, but that's not what I mean. I mean, you know, characters just being straight clones and reskins. So something like Smash Bros, where there's like, you know, oh, Dr. Mario is just slightly different from Mario, but it's pretty much just Mario. That's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't want any of that. I want to have Jotaro and Kakyoin on a team, and I want both of these characters to be completely separate in terms of their fighting styles, because their fighting styles are very different in the manga. Jotaro's all like punchy punchy pow pow pow, but then Kakyoin can sit back and do ranged attacks and, you know, shoot emeralds, and he doesn't do a bunch of punchy standy attack thingies. Somebody quote that. That's a new phrase. Punchy standy attack thingies. I think that's what I said. I don't even remember, and I just said that a couple seconds ago. I'm stupid. But we'd have that JoJo Heritage for the Future type combo system where, you know, you just jump in and hit a button, hit a couple more buttons, do a special, and then, you know, you do a super, and then boom, there you go. Super simple stuff. And since fighting games are becoming more and more accessible for newer players, of course, if they go with the same route that Dragon Ball FighterZ has, then boom, you get auto combos. And for people that are, you know, fighting game casuals, people that are just starting out, it'll be nice and fun and easy for them to get into it. And if they like JoJo and they want to learn how to play fighting games through JoJo, there you go. It's a perfect gateway for it. And then of course, once more people get their hands on it and there's, you know, more time spent, then people will start finding all the super crazy tag combos and stuff like that, and the game just becomes super sick. And Arcsys puts a ton of detail into their games with the attack animations and the way that things are drawn and designed, and just all the references to original source material and stuff like that would be super cool. So they definitely have all the super crazy bizarre poses for, you know, entrances and all the manga quotes and the stuff that characters say and special interactions. They could do dramatic finishes too, like they could have one where it's, you know, Jotaro killing Dio and he punches him in the leg and he shatters and all that stuff. That'd be super sick. The stages would look great, and I wouldn't even worry about the music. The music in Dragon Ball FighterZ is amazing. The music in BlazBlue is pretty good too, and the music in Guilty Gear is awesome. I love Guilty Gear's soundtrack. It's just so anime and, like, you know, rock, and it has like that tone to it that just, you know, you associate that music with Guilty Gear just from looking at it. And it's the same thing with Dragon Ball FighterZ. You hear the Fighters soundtrack and it matches up with the characters and the stages and the fights, and it's just so good. So they would do the same thing with JoJo. You know, some characters would have rock, some characters would have some like crazy heavy metal, and there would be some smooth jazz tracks, some funk, some electronic music, stuff like that. You know, it would just be different and all over the place, and it would just work. And hopefully if they were to do this, as long as people keep playing, then we always have hopes of DLC and more characters getting added on, because of course they're still a company. You know, Arcsys needs money so that they can make games, so you gotta just support things and push them through and get them more money so they can make more characters for games for its DLC. And of course, these are just some of my overall thoughts with what they could do for something like this, because it's definitely a cool idea and an interesting topic that I feel should be talked about more when talked about correctly. Not to say that you're not correct for, you know, stating your opinion, because that's not what I'm saying at all. It's just talking about it in like a realistic manner of what they would actually be able to do with it, and, you know, what would the characters be, how would the gameplay be like, you know, not like some super crazy Mugen fan game that has like a billion different characters, because those are just super easy for Mugen people to do, because they're just copying a bunch of stuff. Again, clones characters, and, you know, Mugen sprites, he just rips sprites from other things, and it's not the same as them creating, you know, 3D models from the ground up and putting them on a 2D plane and adding all these super crazy animations. This is easier, you know. You gotta give Arcsys props where props are due, and they definitely put a lot of work into being able to make these things, and it's hard. It's not easy to go out and do this stuff, and I'm not a game developer. I can't speak on all the technicalities, but, you know, basic knowledge of game design and creating stuff. I mean, even me, I make videos. Making videos is not the easiest thing in the world. Depending on what you do, it might feel easy, it might feel harder, it might take some more time. It depends on how you approach things. And their approach would definitely be the big, bad, and awesome, and I mean bad in a good way, but awesome approach to the series of, you know, JoJo deserves. It deserves something that makes it stand out and gets it a bit more light. So let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Of course, if you agree or disagree with my thoughts, feel free to say whatever you want. If you guys want specific characters, what you guys would want the game to be, you know, who you want to handle it, how you'd want it to play like, you know, stuff like that. Let me know down below in the comments. I'm up to sit down and talk about this stuff. Of course, you can also join my Discord for more, you know, discussions and notifications when I upload these videos, and also follow me on Twitter for, you know, just stuff. I guess I just, you know, post shit and make memes, and I always tweet when there's a new video or when I'm live streaming on twitch.com or twitch.tv/SuperKamiGaming, same as the YouTube. And definitely follow me on Twitch. I'm trying to, you know, stream more and stuff. It's pretty fun. I just gotta start uploading alert videos more often when I'm streaming on Twitch. I might stream today actually, and I think this video is going up the same time I'm recording it. If not, then don't worry about it. But follow me on Twitch, you'll get notifications. Follow me on Twitter, you'll be notified of stuff. And, you know, join the Discord if you want further notifications, because YouTube doesn't always push these videos out or put them into sub boxes, and it's pretty disappointing. You know, it's spending a lot of time on a video, and then, you know, not everybody gets to see it, and you got to re-upload and do stuff like that, because YouTube is just doing good jobs, man. YouTube is just, it's great right now. It's great. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for the support. I think we're at 7,000 subscribers now also, so I guess thanks for that too, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I also forgot to mention this a little earlier, but make sure you guys turn on notifications on YouTube also, just, you know, just to be sure you guys don't miss out on anything. And I really can't emphasize following me on Twitter enough, just because it really does help out with, you know, people noticing videos and stuff, because I tweet my videos whenever I upload a video the day of, you know, the moment it gets uploaded, I tweet about it and I post a link, and then I make another tweet, you know, like a few hours later, and then around 9-10 o'clock Eastern time, you know, just like nighttime for most people, I tweet about it again just to remind people that a new video was up. And I also do the same thing in the Discord, so please make sure you guys follow me there. And again, you know, follow me on Twitter. It's just a really easy way to you know, ask me anything, keep in touch with me, you know, check updates on the channel when I'm going to upload. You know, you guys can ask me all of these things over there. It's very convenient and just very fast and easy. So go ahead and do that for me, please. And I can't thank you guys enough for the support. I just forgot to really go into detail about that and talk about it. I'm sorry, guys, but it happens. I'm tired. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Have a nice day. Thank you.